found The Naked Truth. Lively discussions about business, marketing, and personal development for small business owners. No hype, just help.
It is Tuesday Tools, and today we are.
I was just like, why does it feel like it's Thursday already? What is going on? I was like, it's Tuesday? Really?
It is Tuesday.
All right, it's Tuesday.
Tuesday Tools. And as always, we give you just help, no hype, the best things ever. And it all starts with this one, right? You guys can hop in, comment, engage, and win some really awesome, amazing things that we announce only on a Friday. So today we are talking about one of the things that I geek out about all the freaking time. And it is, why you? I'm like, I feel like I'm in stand-up comedy, and you're like,
I mean, I'm like, all right, everyone's got their thing, you know, like, it's okay, you geek out about, do you really geek out about plugins?
I do. It takes a special person, but I do.
It takes a special person. That's a good way to, well, clearly I'm outnumbered today because we have a plugin creator and a plugin geek. So we've got two people who geek out about plugins, and then there's me, which I'm cool with that. I love learning this stuff.
And everybody's watching us right now. Hopefully you guys keep about that too, right? We all
English as a second language, right there. So first of all, no, seriously though, okay? We should not assume that everyone watching us absolutely even knows what a plugin is. So let's start with that. Like, what are plugins, Ifat?
That's true. Thank you. So WordPress is one of the most used platforms online. If you want to build a website that actually does stuff other than Wix or was it Squarespace or something like that, you want to be able to control your site, your home, right? Remember, don't build your home on rented properties. So you want on site. Most of that is built with WordPress. WordPress is the framework for a website, and then you can customize it with different themes that will give it a look and feel, and different plugins that will give it actionability, like what people can actually do with the website. Now, a lot of people are just overwhelmed by WordPress, right? And so they hire designers and programmers to build that stuff for them. Or they go to platforms like Kajabi or ClickFunnels or other platforms that go like drag and drop, right? I just want one function, here's a funnel, I just want this thing, and that's it. The problem with those funnels or with those platforms is that, again, it's not yours. You're building your home on rented properties, which means that if the platform creator of Kajabi or ClickFunnels or any other template, right, that you're using, wakes up one day, looks at their stats and says, most people are not using this feature, I'm going to take this feature away, or I'm going to change something in the way things are being done. Now, if you were relying on that feature, you're screwed. If you're using WordPress and you're using plugins, Michelle says she's using Squarespace. Same thing, right? It's a platform where you can just come in and put up a site in like very quickly. It doesn't function. It functions more as a billboard than an actual tool to generate money and a business for you. So I'm very big on owning your properties. So WordPress is one of the best ways to do that. It's free to install. And then there are many, many plugins that you can use to create anything you want, from your own Facebook on your site to lynda.com, or what is it called? What's that called? That the place where people go and learn stuff.
Like
Udemy, right? Like
Khan
Udemy.
Academy or Udemy or those types of things.
Right. So you can use plugins to do exactly the same thing that you would do with Udemy and keep all the money. So you don't have to split it with Udemy, right?
So I did this. I learned this the hard way. I'm falling in line now, right? A couple years ago, I paid for Rainmaker, which is by the copy blogger people, right?
Yep.
And it's one platform with everything, your email distribution, your site building, everything all under one. And the argument they made was when you start adding plugins, sometimes they don't play nice with each other,
Right.
and everything with us is built by our team. So it's always going to play nice. And I was like, okay. And I did it, but it was $1,500 a year
What?
every year. Like it wasn't like you buy this plugin and you own it forever, right? It was like every year 1,500, and then at the end of the day, you still have to learn all of those features. You have to learn all that functionality. And I was like, okay, but I'm still one small business owner, like trying to learn all that stuff. I have no team. And so I got out of that after a year, because I was like, I'm not going to keep spending all this money when I can't make full use of. I mean, I'm sure it's great. It was a cool platform, but you know, so like being able to acquire a plugin at a time and focus on growing has been better for me, I found, over time.
Yeah, and so many of these platforms are so complicated, right? We're talking about Infusionsoft. Now they're calling it Confusionsoft because it's like so complicated. It doesn't play nice with anything. You can't do shit with it. People still have it. I don't know why. And ClickFunnels, the one that we are giving you the alternative to today.
That's Russell's, right? I mean, Russell Brunson, the big dog.
Yeah, I love Russell.
And so we have this disruptive dude here taking on the multi-millionaire. I like this idea.
Right. So here's the thing with Russell, and I love Russell, and he's a fantastic guy. You know, one of those good marketers out there. The challenge with ClickFunnels is it's so complicated. You have to pay $3,000 for someone to set it up for you, and it doesn't play well with a lot of other things. Which is why when I found this thing, I was like, oh my God. This is super cool. Let me just show you what this does, right? So it turns your WordPress into a selling machine. It connects to everything you need. You can customize your checkout pages. It's not a template. You can set it up however you want. You can sell subscriptions. You can have free trials. You can connect this one to your email autoresponders. You have a funnel. You have coupons, which are cool. You collect your taxes, you have form, like, okay, it's tons, it's a lot, it's fantastic. And what's super cool about this thing is that it's easy to set up. It took me about 3 hours to find that online, so you're welcome. And once I got it, I found it, it was on a Saturday, and I had to set it up for a talk that I had 2 hours, ahead. And that's how long it took to set it up. It was 30 minutes and it was done. So I want to say hi to Eric, the developer who's showing up with us today. Eric, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for having me on the show.
So let's first talk about like how, like how did you come up with this stuff?
Yeah, what made you step up to this, man?
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, I'm going against some big dogs with Russell Brunson and everyone, but essentially I just, I'm just like everybody. I'm an online entrepreneur, and one of the things I hated was when one of my clients would come to me and they want to build a sales funnels. Because sales funnels work, I would have to say, hey, well, we're gonna have to spend the $297 and sign up with ClickFunnels and the other software as a service providers, where I love WordPress, and I said, it's a missing piece in the WordPress community. So decided to invest my time and money into creating this plugin.
Which is fantastic. The way it works is like super awesome, and I'm going to show you like how easy it is to set stuff up. So how long is one of the biggest fears that people have with plugins is that they're going to disappear, right? The developer will stop supporting them. There's not going to be any updates. Things are not going to go right. So let's remove that fear for everybody and just tell them you're here and you're going to stay, right?
Yes, for sure. I mean, that's to tap into it a little bit, though. Maybe this isn't exactly what everybody wants to hear, but one of the great things about WordPress is it's open source. So who the hell knows what can happen tomorrow? But with the plugin, as long as you have somebody who's knowledgeable enough to make changes to it, it's still going to work. Unlike the software as a service companies, where if they say, hey, we're turning off the switch, you lose everything because you don't actually own the content and the programming and all that stuff. With WordPress and WordPress plugins, you own everything. So as long as you have somebody who's knowledgeable enough, they can just take it and roll with it.
That is true. Cool. And you all know how much I love putting my stuff in rented properties, right? So this is one of the big things that you guys should feel really, really good about, knowing that if you're building your site, if you're building your home on WordPress, it will serve you, right? For years to come. Even if things change, as long as you know someone who knows code, you can make it work for you. So let's talk about the plugin a little bit. Like, let's talk about what
Perfect.
you envisioned it to do, and then we'll dive in. We're actually going to show you my site and how I'm using it and how easy it is to set a funnel in your site. And also some of the benefits of doing that. So let's, were you looking at ClickFunnels where you're like, okay, let me develop my plugin, or did you have a vision in your mind of this is what people need and let me create that?
Yeah, essentially, like you said, I mean, I hated taking clients and saying, hey, you already have this great WordPress website and WordPress is awesome in general. But now just because you want a sales funnel, we have to move you over to ClickFunnels or another software as a service company. And, you know, I just thought that it was a missing piece when it comes to WordPress and setting up sales funnels. Sure, there's other solutions out there, but they're going to be utilizing something like WooCommerce, which is really meant for a full-blown e-commerce store. And it
Right.
just was just too much for a simple sales funnel. So I thought, again, there was this missing piece, and I just wanted to, you know, essentially create it for my clients. But as it's been growing, I decided to sell it as a plugin so other WordPress entrepreneurs and developers and just everyday business owners can utilize it if it's a good fit for them.
Yeah, and so let me tell you a little bit about what needs to happen when you're building a funnel, right? So you need to have an opt-in page where someone puts their email and joins your email list, right? You capture their information. What's fantastic about Upsell is that it already connects with ActiveCampaign, with MailChimp, with let me see, email marketing. So ConvertKit, GetResponse, MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, the major email providers. Automatically when someone comes in and buys a product, they're in your list. You don't have to create forms or anything like that. It connects automatically. The other fantastic thing is when you're using any of those platforms, usually they take a percentage from your order. So to process your order, they take a percentage. So you would pay Stripe or PayPal, they're 3% of processing your credit card. And if you're using Linda or Udemy or any of those platforms, they'll take a percentage as well. When you're using it on your own website, you don't pay those percentages. You only pay the credit card processing fees with whoever you're processing with, and that's it. So the money goes, so someone comes in, they opt in, they put their name and email, they buy your product, money goes to Stripe or PayPal straight into your bank account, and that's it. You own the whole thing. You can control coupons if you want to add, if you want to give people some discounts, you can do that. You can have upsells and downsales. So if someone comes in and buys a product, you can say, hey, because you bought that one, maybe you want this one as well, and the plugin will automatically create this entire flow for you. So hopefully.
All right, geek. Let's talk more show.
Like, now you know why I'm
Let's
geeking
talk
out.
more show. Come on, let's go.
All right, so here's what it looks like in the back end, right? So you have your general one, your general tabbing, where you can actually set up your currency, cookie expiration. So Eric, let's talk about cookies for a second so people know what that means.
Sure, for sure. So essentially the cookie expiration, and what I did with the plugin is I like to leave the options open to the website owner. So that cookie expiration, what it does is it actually sets your one-click upsells. So it allows you to choose how long your sales funnel lasts for and how long that cookie should be set on your website. So what a cookie is, it's simply a little cookie. It's placed inside of your browser, and then that person inside of their browser and on your website would be cookied for that duration that you set it for. So if you have a sales funnel that might be an hour long, you have a video, and there's a potential one-click upsell on the upsell page, then you can set your cookie to 1 hour, and the one-click upsells would be in effect for that 1 hour duration.
So if you don't understand that, no worries. It's all in here. You can just set the settings and forget them, right? Payment gateways
Right.
is where do you want to, like, how do you want to accept money? PayPal, Stripe, PayPal or Stripe. These are your options. And what's nice about this, you see this testing mode. This allows you to test your entire funnel with like a, what do you call it, like a fake credit card number, and you'll see whether or not it's working or not. You can set up your
That's cool.
taxes. You can connect it to your email. You have other integrations with, let's see. Zapier. So Zapier will allow you to integrate with even more things that are in the plugin. So let me just show you. If you want to start using this plugin, what you need to do is you need to set up a product, right? Because what am I selling? So you're setting up a product. You decide, is it a physical product? Is it a digital product? And then you just come in here and you set up the settings. You connect it to whatever you want. You have digitals. You can decide what it's going to look like, where the product is going to, where people are going to go after they buy the product. So for example, if you want to send them to an upsell, redirecting, you can have those URLs here. You can connect it directly to your email funnel and your lists. You can have two-step email marketing. Basically, when someone opts in, they have to get an email that says, yes, I want to be on the funnel. You can integrate it with allowing people to buy courses from you or create accounts on WordPress. Basically, everything you need to make a funnel in WordPress is done with this one plugin that it's a one-time sell that you don't need anymore. That's it. You get your entire thing done in with one easy plugin. And I think you have a sale right now going on that you're giving $50 off of all plans. So guys, right here on our website, you can come here, test the plugin, download it, use it, get 50% off right away for doing that. So Paul,
So let me clarify for the less geeky.
Thank you. That was my thing. Was that clear?
So that all that back end stuff, what it's really letting you do is just click switches and drop in URLs so that all of the different pages that would make up your funnel get linked and brought together, and people can pay for stuff, and it just makes the whole funnel operate, really, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And
so that doesn't free people up like me. You still got to build your pages. You got to make your pages and stuff. But instead of you trying to figure out how to make it all flow together, this thing's going to unify everything, and it's going to take care of making sure that everything that the buyer gets taken through all the steps that they need to be taken through.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And that's sort of another one of the reasons I created it. And it's left to you because there's so many awesome page builders out there, Elementor, Thrive Architect, Optimize Press, Divi. There's so many, I can name a ton, but none of them really have this sales funnel functionality. So you can use whatever page builder you want. So the people that aren't necessarily coders or developers, they just tap into those page builders to build their actual pages and then hook it up with the Upsell plugin. And like you're saying, that will allow you to connect all your pages together to have your sales funnel process.
Yep. And then Rosa is asking, how user-friendly is it? I'm computer savvy, but I know some of my clients in my coaching businesses will panic to see that. So I'm a geek. I find it very user-friendly. What do you hear, Eric? Like, what do people tell you?
It's going to be completely honest with you. Some people struggle a little bit. Some people think it's super easy. It all depends on how familiar you are with WordPress. What I do is I have a large library of videos, training videos, and they help a lot. And then also, I'm there for you when it comes to support. So that's, I'm a normal person. I'm not a huge business. And I know that relationships is what businesses are built on. So I'm more than happy to help people when it comes to support. If it's a Zoom call, if it's a, just connecting in whatever way to help them, guide them through. But I think it's fairly easy. But again, I created it.
You built it.
Exactly. So.
But wait, here's what's cool though. I really like this, Eric, is I've been working on a new site that has more plugins than I've ever had on a site before. And one of the things that's driving me crazy is some of these plugins are big name plugins. And when you need support, you just go to like a forum and like you're at the mercy of the forum. You know what I mean? So like for you to say that you're willing to actually like talk to people, I mean, for small business owners, like that's unheard of nowadays. Like everyone automates everything, right? So,
and
I mean,
I'll testify, in those 2 hours when I had to do this and I got stuck and I went and I was like, hey, Eric, can you look at something? And it was a Saturday, right, Eric? And you're like, yeah,
exactly.
No problem. We jumped on Zoom, fixed it. And it was like, by the way, since this is what you're doing, here's how you can do it a little better. So fantastic support. There are questions actually coming on, guys. Let me remind you that you can hop on in right here and talk to Eric and us face to face for the next 10 minutes. So David is asking, can you clone a funnel? Eric, can we clone a funnel?
You can't clone an entire funnel, but I would recommend some other plugins. It's something we're probably going to add to our plugin ourselves, but you can clone pages and you can clone products. So you can't just click a button and have your entire funnel cloned, but you can click a couple buttons and have all your pages and products.
It's just too many separate parts. Yeah.
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 But so I'm so sorry about that. So, but you can clone your pages and your products to kind of put them back together and just interchange the URLs where needed.
Yeah.
Yep, and that's super easy. And actually, right here on Eric's website, you can have videos of all, you know, the themes and how you build all of it. And here are the prices. So who was asking that? Elsa was asking, what kind of prices are we talking about? So if you have one site, rather than paying ClickFunnels, what is it, $3,000 to set it up? $97, and you got all that stuff done on one site. I actually need to upgrade to this one soon. So if you want to access all these things, remember where to go. BeTheNakedTruth.com. Just come here, click on this, grab your $50 off, and let us know, because I seriously am geeking out about this thing so much. I'm like, oh my God, what we can do, right? And you guys are asking really, really great questions. So I'd love to geek out with you as well on this thing. Eric, what's coming up?
If you want to throw it out there, hold on. Like I think I would love to. I'm going to put you in a weird place, Eric, and it's okay to say no.
I like it.
But I'll tell you, so like big guys like Russell, they do these challenges and stuff, man. I have people that I would love to point to this, but a lot of my people I know would be immediately overwhelmed if they had to just buy this and use it on their own. If you did something like Russell does, where if you did like a funnel challenge where you could get people in a group and sort of like do the one-to-many thing, man, I think I would love to just, I'm going to keep pointing people at this anyway. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna, but I think that for a lot of small business owners, like they're going to be pretty intimidated when they look at this video and see Ifat go into that page with all the slides and buttons,
right?
Which, you know, but so just something to think about, you know, because I would love, first of all, I'd love to participate in something like that. And second of all, if I was participating, I would feel even more cool telling my tribe, like, come on, let's just do this. Let's get in with Eric and let's get through it and see what we can accomplish. And it might give you some great like testimony. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah. I'm always open to a challenge. So
yeah. Think about it. Think about it.
For sure. We'll set that up. I'll set that up with you. For sure.
All right. What do you got?
Yeah, so what's coming next? Because I know you're fantastic at taking feedback, and you're always asking for user feedback and features that people are looking for. And so what's coming next? What's on the pipeline?
We're having a direct integration with MemberPress and Lifter LMS as two more integrations. We're updating the currency so it can adapt your native currency. So as you saw previously when you were on that one page, how you could choose your currency. Now you'll be able to choose where the decimal goes or if it's a comma. So it's going to be more open to different countries to set that up. Making some changes to the two-step checkout. So you can have a middle page. So a bunch of little settings that are more geeky, which you'll like, but just continuing to improve the plugin and, you know, make it a good fit for everybody. So, but like you said, open to feedback. I know that people want direct integrations with different tools and products, and going to be more than happy to continue to implement those into the plugin. So you have a direct connection, a direct integration.
I love it.
Eric, when you work with clients, like what are the themes that come up, like for small business owners, aside from your technology at first, what's the hardest stuff that people complain about over and over again when it comes to building funnels?
I mean, if we take a step back, and the real answer I would give you there is that the hardest part is that they're they're kind of focusing on the wrong things. Everybody, these page builders and everything that came into play, they're awesome, they're great, but it's kind of distracting people. Like, you should be focusing on what is best for your business and what's going to help you grow your business, and find somebody that can team up with you and a good fit to build these sales funnels out. So I guess to answer your question sort of is, the struggles that they have are they're trying to learn something new and they get frustrated because it's taking them away from the time and the energy to spend on things that they're an expert at to help grow their business, instead of, fiddling around with these tools when they should just be outsourcing that. And it's going to just help them in the long run build their business, because now they can focus on building those relationships, copywriting, creating content on what they're the expert at. So I guess, I don't know if that's the exact answer you're looking for.
No, I think that's a really smart answer. I think that's a really smart answer. And so I would assume, in addition to making this plugin and selling this plugin, you must offer that outsourcing as well.
Correct. Again, so I kind of built this plugin because I work with clients and they needed this. So I sort of do it for them. So I'm more than happy to help when it comes to that too. But there's so many WordPress developers and business owners out there that, do it themselves and want to do it themselves. And again, it's good to learn something new, but sometimes, it's going to frustrate people because they have to learn something new when they know they have to get X, Y, and Z done, and they can get that done instead of spending hours and hours on things that they don't really know and are just trying to learn.
Yep.
Yeah. Elsa is saying precisely that. My place of genius is energy healing, not building. So fantastic. So Elsa, you know what to do. Come here, grab the plugin, and let Eric build that for you. We're just lining, throwing stuff your way, Eric.
Perfect.
So I love this thing, as you guys can see. I'm using it in my own website. All my website, I'm actually going to upgrade to the 5-page license. I want to show you also, like, last thing, this integrates with a bunch of awesome tools that you're probably using already. You are getting all these super graphics like secure payment and buy buttons and all that stuff. So it's already built in. And I think that's it. That's like my woot go get this plugin. And thanks for making it. Paul, any other questions?
No, I think I love the idea. I love the last thing that Eric said. I think encapsulates what really hits a lot. And I love that he's that aware of. That's what happens with a lot of small business owners, right? And so ultimately, everyone who's watching this, you do have to get to that point where you go, you know what, this plugin might be really cool for me, but is it something that I want to spend all that time? That's the constant thing, right? Are you trading your time or your money? Are you time or your money? And maybe the thing to do is not just literally buy this plugin. Maybe the thing to do is reach out to Eric and go, Eric, can you just take care of this for me? Because I don't want to learn how to use your plugin. And that's a smarter business decision to make, right? That's what moves the needle on your business. So I just think when folks watch this, think about that and be honest about that, because ultimately, while yes, that's going to cost you more than just buying the plugin and doing it yourself, how much time would you spend having to really get good with that plugin? Maybe you're better just calling him up and saying, Eric, I need you to do this. What do we do? So.
Yeah, and you know what? Let me counter that. So one of the things is when, like Paul was saying, if you're not techie and you're not geeky and someone else is building a website, totally fine. Think about this though. Once you know, it's like 5 fields that you need to know how to set things up. And once you know how to do that, you can wake up in the middle of the night and go like, ooh, I need to do blah, blah, blah. And you can do that because it's only like 5 links, opt-in page, sales page, thank you page, you're done, right? You know where these things are going and you can put that in. So it's fantastic to take support. And Eric is amazing, seriously amazing at being there for you, answering your questions, making sure that everything runs out. But I highly recommend that if you're running a business, know how your business is run, because technology breaks, things go awry, and if you're in the middle of a launch or trying to sell something, your client is on the side, you don't know what to do, waiting for support might mess things up for you. So just know the basics. Know, where things are. Everything is documented on the website. You can watch the videos. There's documentation. And if something, you can't figure out one thing, reach to support, get that answer, but know the basics yourselves. Because even if you're not techie and this is outside of your realm of things, I always, like yesterday, we were talking about Elon Musk, right? Like we want to know that if you're running a business and you're telling people what to do, how to do at least part of it. So
Yeah.
that's my 2 cents,
Yeah.
right? And especially if you try to do it yourself and you hire someone else to do it, you'll know what goes into that. So you're not going to be like, hey, I need this in the next 30 minutes, driving people crazy. So you'll know what needs to be done, how long does it take, what goes into it, what you need to give them to build that. You'll be more aware of how your business runs, and I think once you know that, you'll be running your business better. My 2 cents.
Well, and the big thing is, if you are one of those people in the audience who has done Infusionsoft or who has done ClickFunnels, and you've gotten to a point where you're like, man, I spent all this time and I spent all this money and I'm just not maximizing it. This seems to me like a really lovely alternative, right? Like I took one look at ClickFunnels and I was like, oh, this is brilliant, but I'm not doing it. Like, it's because you can, if you're in that world a little bit, you see what a time suck it's going to be, right? And so to have something that doesn't take all that time and all that money, it's like, it would be cool to be a helicopter pilot, but I'm not doing it.
It's like me. It'll be great to be a black belt in Krav Maga. Not for me. Yeah. So hopefully, guys, this is a fantastic alternative for you. Affordable, easy to use, that can take your business to the next level without too much techie stuff. Anything else that we need to ask or talk about or stuff like that?
What are we doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow, we are talking about how to make you a referable business. One of the biggest things that we need is to know how to talk about what we do to other people who are not in our world. And this is one of my biggest challenges. I am such a geek and I talk in so many jargon ways that if Paul wasn't here, you guys will get lost. So how do you talk about your business in a way that other people understand and can refer to you? Right? So meaning like, hey, if you're looking to accelerate engagement and visibility, talk to Ifat. So how do I get to the point where people think about these 2 words, connect to me? You want a stage hypnotist? Go talk to Paul. How do you communicate that to people? That's what we're going to do tomorrow. How to become a referable business.
Nice.
Exciting. So then you know how to talk about it, and then you can use Upsell to actually sell it.
There you go.
Combining it all together. So thank you, Eric, so much.
Yeah,
So
thank you, Eric.
guys.
Really appreciate it. And just a quick reminder for everybody. All those who commented today, we had Rosa, we had Michelle, we had David, we had Elsa, we had Jason, we had Rabbi, we had Elsa again. Super awesome. You guys are going to see your names on the Wheel of Names mañana. So Friday, we're going to tell you what you won.
Nice.
Until then, have a fantastic Tuesday.
See you guys.
Thank you. See you guys. Thank you.
Hey, if you enjoyed today's episode, come back and spend more time with us. You could be on the broadcast sharing your thoughts. We hang out live Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern at www.bethenakedtruth.com/live.